Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and it's time to dive back into Historic. And I was trying to decide what kind of deck I wanted to go for jumping into Historic, and I wanted to play a card that I thought was just really, really good. Hullbreaker Horror, I really like for Standard. I think it's a really fantastic card. We've seen the different versions of it. I don't typically like playing the super control-y versions of the deck, and so in Historic, I think this is a much better card. I think there's a couple different ways you can go about it. I think that creating like the treasure instance and sorcery spells, ramping up to Hullbreaker with the treasures, playing it out, having a few spells to cast to make sure that it protects itself, and then just kind of going off with a bunch of cheap spells would be a great way to just play this as a really fantastic control deck. I wanted to go for a little bit different version of just like making sure that we're playing good things whenever we're flashing stuff into play, and just expecting that opponent won't be able to have enough things in hand to answer what's going on. And Historic, everyone is trying to do their own thing, trying to make sure that their combo goes off, their whatever is going off here. And so I think that if we play a Simic Flash deck that has this on the top end to be able to just be like the ultimate we win the game kind of card, will actually be a pretty good way to go, because there are some Simic Flash decks where it's just like if you get a good early game, you stop all their stuff, they'll just concede and be done. But there are some of the games that go a little bit longer, and I think the Hullbreaker Horror would be a good finisher for this deck, where sometimes you don't have as good of a way to make sure that you're bouncing their stuff consistently, stopping their stuff, and just not letting them do anything. This is a good hard luck top end option. And so the only thing we had to do to make sure we got to a 7-mana card, which is pretty difficult to do, is add in Growth Spirals and one Omen of the Hunt, and just expect that we'll be able to draw into lands along the way and just have this be kind of a good thing on the top end. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, it's just the basic Simic Flash deck: Nightpack Ambushers, Frilled Mystics, Brineborn Cutthroats, Brazen Borrowers as the main win cons, Spectral Sailors, and then just ways to stop them from doing things, and that's the deck. So I'm not typically a full-on control player. I do like the kind of more tempo style, so we'll see how this does. It's been a long time since I played it, and so let's go and just dive into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. Up against Val, please, and we'll keep this hand. On the play, this is pretty solid stuff. Having some good counter spells, some creatures get out early game. We definitely want to find more lands than this, of course, along the way. Spectral Sailor, go. We will pay for this first one, probably not the second one. Swing in for one. Pass the turn. Hold on to Censor. Do I get out this Trickster? Yeah, let's go ahead and keep a little bit more damage out there. Growth Spiral. Do I shock this one in now? That's an interesting question. Okay, swing in. I think we do. I want the opportunity to have Spell Pierce and Growth Spiral, so pass the turn. Mono Black tends to have lots of discard. They might have like a go blank or something like that. Ayara. All right, so now the question is, do I Growth Spiral and then counter this? But no, we're just gonna go ahead and make sure this dies. If I had another land in hand, yeah, for sure, but whatever. Frilled Mystic. All right, swing in. Pass turn. Down to 13. Vampire. All right, well. Growth Spiral. Got the land. Yeah, going on green is not that big of an issue there. And attack in. All right, now we have a fairly good setup. So whenever it dies, or whenever another creature control dies, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and gain 1 life. All right, so we just need to protect ourselves from a few things. We have Rewind, we have Frilled Mystic. Life is good. Sir Conrad. All right, well, we'll Frilled Mystic this time. Get some more stuff out in the battlefield. There's Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce isn't as good here. Swing in. So they're all in on just trying to have as many of these kinds of effects as possible. That's what I'm anticipating. Down to 11. Pass the turn. Cauldron Familiar, that's fine. Judith, not fine. And draw a card. Growth Spiral. All right, well, we're getting close to Hullbreaker Horror, so that's something. Down to 9, pass the turn. That's annoying. They can pay for both Spell Pierces here. Scroll Spiral, draw a card. I mean, that's not something that we can't handle, but it's just going to be something annoying. Okay, sure, fine. You can have the Witch's Oven. I hate you, but you can have the Witch's Oven. Claim the Firstborn. So I can double Spell Pierce here. Losing Merfolk Trickster is not that big of a deal for us. Let's see what else they try to play. Swings in for 3. Yeah, it's still annoying, but we're trying to go for the Hullbreaker Horror now. Start making Brineborn a little bit better. Down to 12. Yep, sacks, that's cool. No big deal, I just hate you. Cutthroat, go. Please try to remove something now, alright. Okay, play this out tapped. Let's attack in first. Attack in. Oh, right. I messed up. Actually, they can't sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar just yet. Murderous Rider. Okay, Spell Pierce. Down to 6. All right, now the question is I think I do bring this in untapped now. Pass the turn. So I can draw a card and use Spell Pierce. It's a chance that they won't have it. Spell Pierce doesn't do a whole lot, but it puts a counter onto this, which gets out of the range of the Cauldron Familiar. So it's good in multiple ways. Now I don't want to give him a counter. All right, we have Hullbreaker Horror. Down to 8. They draw with Castle Lochthwain. Down to 5. I mean, the 1 point of damage that comes through with this is pretty good. They can just gain life with these at some point here too. All right, attack game with Spectral Sailor. Down to 4, pass the turn. All right. Biggest issue here is that they have removal for our Hullbreaker Horror right away. Yeah, that's the main thing we need to dodge is Murderous Rider here. Try for the Horror. Can be countered, but it can be killed. We get to untap. That's a big deal. All right, so attack in. I could try to bounce this familiar first. It won't really matter. They have answers for things all day long. I can bounce the Witch's Oven, though, at some point. Let's go ahead and draw a card here. I should have done this before attacks, just to see what else we could have. They can do this in response now. Nightpack Ambusher is pretty good. All right. Pass the turn. Our life total is at 8. That is terrifying. They go down to 4. All right, Mayhem Devil here is, I think, the worst possible thing that could happen. Midnight Reaper. So I could play out Nightpack Ambusher right now, bounce the Witch's Oven. Give him a chance to still have other answers. But if I bounce the Witch's Oven, it could be pretty good for us. They can just replay it though, right? So yeah, it doesn't really matter. So they can draw lots of cards. Way too many cards. All right, here we go. Get rid of a blocker or get rid of the Witch's Oven. Let's go ahead and go for the Witch's Oven. I'm okay if their stuff dies, I guess. The cards being drawn is annoying. I get to draw a few cards and try to cast a few spells on this next turn, and that hopefully is enough to let us kill him. As long as, you know, a couple things get in, we're in good shape. College of Familiar will let them gain a little bit of life, so they can sacrifice this now, bring it back, gain 1 life, they go up to 6. They didn't sacrifice the College of Familiar. That's very surprising. And I don't see how that was a good idea. Ooh, that's good. All right, draw a card here first. I want to make sure I know the best thing to do. Okay, pay 2. Growth Spiral. They gain some life, that's fine. Yeah, bonus scoop set up. There we go. All right. As long as we got rid of their blockers, we had plenty of damage to get through it there. And that was pretty sweet. All right, that's basically exactly how we drew it up. We're like, if it does become a little bit longer game, Hullbreaker Horror just becomes an unstoppable threat. And even if it does die, we have enough other things that will probably be ahead of them. And worked out great. All right, I'm against Falessa. And pretty sweet hand. I like this. Got the right colors that we need. We have Disruption if we need to counter something. Life is good. So lead off with Island, pass the turn. Sailor or Opt. Table Passage, cracks it. That's cool. Grabs a color. And Sailor, pass the turn. Down to 19, pass. All right, more lands would be nice. I do want to be able to play this out. Oh, but countering that is so good. Yeah, that's a must counter card. Now we hopefully find more lands. I might opt here just to guarantee the land, actually. Yeah, there we go. Pass the turn. Allgrowth Walker. Yeah, okay, you can have that one. Got all of our 4-drops here. It's a little bit awkward. And we're letting them get some life gain. Yikes. Bad stuff. Bad stuff. Yeah, this is just everything went wrong. We drew too many 4-drops. Those were our last 2 draws, right? Yeah. Gain some life, gets bigger. Another one? Oh no. Reclamation Sage, okay. I actually like playing in gold and historic because we're running up against fun stuff right now, you know? Yeah, no blocks. We got nothing. We got squat. There it is. All right, tap land, actually, crap. Swing. From the tail side of my heart. Oh, no! Seeker Squire, there we go. This is our 1 forest, by the way. All right, we're still in okay shape. Like, we'll be able to make this work. We have blockers for days with Nightpack Ambushers and such. Play this out tapped. Attack in here. We will be fine. Pass the turn. Now we have Frilled Mystic to counter things. Yeah, we counted that. No blocks. You take it this time. Down to 9. All right. Then hopefully we'll start making some wolves and life will be good. Find. All right. Censor. Censor's interesting. Do I go ahead and just trade off here? We're going to send defense, actually. we need lots of defense. Down to 20. We got it back to starting life total. Go Spectral Sailors. You guys rock. Branchwalker, fine. They don't play the Wildgrowth Welker first. Scared of counter spells. We got none of those. We ain't got squat. Yeah, we're playing a little bit of a different version with this deck. And they can pay for Censor here, so not worth it there. Swings in. All right, so we play out Nightpack Ambusher. We double block. Because they can only kill one of them. And we get rid of their biggest dude. Yep, important stuff to do. Hopefully they don't have anything else there. Censor, I think it's a little too late to keep holding on to that. So let's go ahead and cycle that. Play this tapped. All right, our life total is a little bit low. I don't know if I can keep attacking it with these Spectral Sailors. I will have Ambushers. I will have a Wolfie after this. It's not like the worst shape ever. So no reason to pressure it, though. Let's go ahead and just pass the turn. Get a 3-3. Soon to be a 4-4. Yeah, I really would love to counter that. We don't have enough mana. That's what I was debating on bringing this untapped or playing out this guy instead. Is that we could try to draw and counter something, but I actually don't have a ton of counter spells. Like our hard counters are all in the 4-drop slot with this one. I decided to go more for the Censors and Disruptions instead to try to make sure we can get to the Hullbreaker and have that be more the fun side to go with. But you know, whatever. It's okay. Okay, Ambusher number 2. We should be able to outpace them as long as they don't have crazy shenanigans happening soon. All right, we're going to draw a card here first. We need to have things to do. It's not a terrible way to play. Okay, attack in there. Create some wolves. Pass the turn. All right. We brought it to late game. It's rid of a J-Light. Man, so many J-Light Rangers. Yeah, it gains all the life in the world. Do they keep the other one? Yeah, I guess so. All right. Play this out on blue. I don't think we start attacking yet. We wait a couple more turns. We know they're not top attacking anything crazy scary just yet. So we attack him with our sailors. No reach, right? Yep. Attack him with the sailors. We wait one more turn before we start going off with our wolfies. We wait till they're 5/5s. They can get through the J-Light Rangers and whatever. Okay, J-Light Ranger. They get to scry, see what's on top. They're obviously digging for something real good here. Okay, Ambusher. Draw. Brazen Borrower. All right. We don't want to cast a spell. I'm okay losing a guy if we don't have to cast a spell here. So yeah, going for the double blocks. Perfectly fine. Some sort of board wipe would be really annoying. I'm going to go ahead and draw one card here to see if we can find a land. Having lands to play is a nice thing for us. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And pass the turn. Getting the 3 wolves is more important than bouncing the Walgwith Welker beforehand. And we don't even care about their life total at this point. We're getting so much stuff that it really doesn't matter. All right, so deals damage to a combat player. All right, so play that out. That's fine. Let's draw one more card here. I'm going to hold off on Brazen Borrower for a little bit. Murderous Rider. That's fine. It's annoying, but that's fine. We needed... I guess being able to hold up something would have been nice, but, you know, we didn't have anything to hold up, so whatever. Bouncing Walgwith Walker, forcing him to kind of get that to be big again could be something good here. We wouldn't be able to make more Wolfuses. But being able to reset could be nice. So bouncing Walgwith Walker here, getting in for lots and lots of damage or making him lose lots of things is still good. Attack in. We can lose one more wolf here. That means we get to make 2 more, yeah. We definitely just hold off. Yep, that's fine. Let's 12 damage in. Down to 11. I didn't attack him with my sailors. Crap, pass the turn. Oops. Back's in there. Let's go ahead and bounce it. Then we can rewind. Perfect. And now we should be able to have lethal pretty easily. All right. Just making sure here. I believe we just swing all in. Seeing if we can find another Brazen Borrower to make this even easier. Sure. Keep that on top. All right, so I believe if we attack all in, we win. 5 blockers, yeah. So all in. Yeah, so I might need to relook at some of the early game spells. Running Censor is really good for early game, but we are going towards late game sometimes and not having as many of the hard counters late game. At the same time, though, if we get to a Hullbreaker, we have hard counters for days and days and days, you know, so it's good. Yep, that's fine. And we win the game. Not too shabby. All right, being on the draw makes this hand not quite as good. Having Censors is nice. Like if we were on the play, I would definitely keep this just for the Censors and try to draw into other things. Not having the green source, having lots of things to do on 2 mana is nice, but let's go ahead and just mulligan. We have the Hullbreaker Horror. I am probably going to put that at the bottom though. Keep this to the bottom. We have things we can do. We're mostly just splashing into green. We do need 2 green sources at some point, but the early game, we're pretty heavy into the blue. So, pass the turn. More Tricksters, not exactly what I was looking for. Elphuses. Uh-oh. That's not good. At least they didn't start off with ramp, though. Alright, go Sailor. Alright, that's green mana, so we can throw this on blue. Just fine. Down to 19, pass the turn. This is the matchup, I think, that has stopped, you know, mono blue tempo and the Simic Flash from really being a thing, because bounce doesn't outpace elves. Elves are just too good. Okay, plays out War Master. Do I hold on to a Censor or do I cycle it away right away? Well, we play out Trickster now. Okay, down to 16, pass the turn. There's a few 4-mana spells that they might be playing, but for the most part, that's not really what they're doing. Swings in. Alright. Collect the company. Yeah, I guess having the Censor would have been better. There's very few things that we can actually counter with that. Yeah, there it is. But we do at least get to kill the War Master here. We tap down Clancaller. We trade off here. Cycle Censor. Into another Censor. And get in with Sailor. Alright. That's a reach creature. Crap. Oops. Dang it. I can play Magic. Don't worry about it. Pass the turn. This is a matchup I don't think we ever... It's very difficult for us to win, especially on the draw. They had a not as good start. They had the Coco, and I didn't set up for it. But whatever. Alright, so Cutthroat, Censor. Not bad. At least slowing them down a little bit here. That's also not bad. Man, getting in over through the air is going to be a nice thing. Let's make this Brineborn Cutthroat a little bit bigger. Pass the turn. The Sentinel is what's going to be annoying. They can also, yeah, they can already go search for more Clan Callers. Eef. Yeah, I don't know if we can deal with this one. If we find a Hullbreaker Horror and they're not killing us by that point, then sure, we have a shot. But this is where we need board wipes, and Mono Blue doesn't play board wipes quite the same way. All right, well, we bounce, I guess, tokens. Giving him more things to play doesn't help our cause too much. Just slow him down from being able to kill us. Get more counters onto the Cutthroat. Pass the turn. Yeah, I'm not sure this is even worth staying around for, is it? Probably not. I don't think this is a matchup we ever really win. If we're on the play and we can counter the early game threats, I think that we have a much better shot. Yeah, now that they get to do this, I don't think so. Is that lethal right there? That's lethal right there. All right, well, We can chump block one thing. Guess we can kill this too. Kill you. We go to, oh, that's still lethal. Yeah, so we have to block here. Down to 5. All right. Well then, add more lands. Yeah. A good game. So there is another card that could be worth playing. There are some blue board wipes. There are some the other way of going about this is we could play fog effects with Hullbreaker Horror and try to just like ramp up fog like crazy for Hullbreaker Horror and be able to handle these kinds of decks as well. I don't know if it would work out though. All right, up against Sloppy Lopez, and Spectral Sailor is the only thing we really have here. Nothing in the early game really. Yeah, we need early game plays. That's better. Keep this. At least have something that we're doing. Pass the turn. Mono white. Mono white's not good. But bounce is fairly good against mono white. Speaker of the Heavens. Yeah, let them gain their life. That's fine. Minister. So we, I guess we bounce Soul Warden or Speaker. I guess giving more ways to gain life isn't as good. Making this have slow down could be nice. Ramp's okay. Last turn. Ramp is nice if we have the Hullbreaker Horror. We already have the mana to get up to Nightpack Ambusher. Cleric class. Gains more life when things do stuff. Soul Warden. Yeah, it gains 2. Yeah, we'll go ahead and bounce you now. That would get him up to 7, 27. Don't want that happening. Speaker of the Heavens. Alright, gain some more life. Getting really close to all the things. Alright, throw this out on green, pass the turn. Nightpack Ambusher is our best shot of being able to do anything here. They can't gain life this turn. Oh wait, there. Yeah, Traveling Merchant already gets us there. Alright. Cleric. Yep. Bad things, guys. Bad things are happening. Alright. We at least gotta kill the Soul Warden. Something good happened here. But I don't know if we can outpace everything else that's going on. If we get to Hullbreaker Horror, we have a shot. Last turn. I might play out the Omen Hunt just so we can scry a little bit deeper to try to get to Hullbreaker Horror, because that does change everything. These Brazen Borrowers are okay, but we can't outpace this. Whenever you gain life, put a counter onto stuff. Yeah. They didn't pay for this. Did they know they didn't pay for that? I don't think they did. Oops. These ones don't have vigilance. That's something. Brazen Borrowers can keep us alive. I'm going to hold off right now. I'm going to ramp up, try to do something with this Omen. Having counter spells would be nice. Alright, Omen of the Hunt. Yeah, we'll grab the green source. Why not? Frilled Mystic. All right, see, now we're in at least somewhat okay shape. Not like good shape or anything, but pass the turn. I can sacrifice and scry with Omen. Create enough blockers. We cannot outpace this stuff. The issue here is once they rank this up all the way. All right, Rise of Valkyrie's got to go. That doesn't happen. It's another Angel. Nine. We're gonna try to find something good here. It basically has to be bounce of some sort. Down to 7. We can't outpace this, at least not enough. Cycle this away. We are so close, so close. I needed to take the gamble. I needed to block one of their guys with a Brazen Borrower, play out the Hullbreaker Horror the next turn, have enough life with everything, but now it's just too late. We don't have enough life to do anything. I can play out Hullbreaker Horror, but then immediately lose. Unless I draw... Yeah, man, I think we need to play Fogs with this. I think Fogs is really like the only way to make it work. Because, yeah, we're dead now. We could stay alive one more turn, but it wouldn't be enough. So anyway, there you go. All right, so there you guys have it with the Flasher deck. And Hullbreaker Horror did help us out there. It was a good card. The biggest issue is that I think that Simic Flash in general is not as good in the format because of elves, because of whatever else is in the format. I think there's just enough good things out there that it's like, you're not going to be able to outpace all the other stuff. Just countering things, just one-for-one-ing things isn't as good as, you know, being able to actually win the game a little bit faster or do other things. So this deck is fun, it's good, but I'm not sure if it quite fits. I actually built another version that's a complete fog deck. I'll go ahead and show you guys this one as well. And I think that it could be really good. It's just not quite working for me as well. I've recorded several videos of this one trying to make it work as well, and just wasn't quite going for me. Hullbreaker Horror, Coma, and then just a bunch of fog, ramp, you know, some things to make sure we can keep playing stuff out and whatever. And it almost works, but it's just not quite there. And so I think Hullbreaker Horror, I think it's a really powerful card. I'm not sure where it fits in the formats right now because the formats are just insane. Like, they're just really, really powerful, really good stuff. And so overall, we at least got some good games there. It was fun to play, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what other stuff you guys are interested in the historic format, in standard format, in Brawl, and I'll bring some stuff to you. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.